You are an amazing guy. You really are, and you're really interesting. And you're, I think there's such a dichotomy between your public persona.
Yeah.
You know, I watch Ridiculousness because I love the funny clips, and you come off like a skateboard dude who was, you know, like one of the jackass guys. And then I talk to you, and there's so much. It's very surprising. I don't know if that's didn't you find that? Like when you showed up, I didn't expect who you are. You also wrote a book. You're writing a book?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the book out?
No, it'll take me a couple years to do it, right? It's a philosophy that I want to stand the test of time, like Think and Grow Rich or The Science of Getting Rich or The Richest Man in Babylon, these sort of deeper philosophies that are fundamental that you could read over and over for hundreds of years and still be applicable.
I did also hear from my husband, who I think knows Chanel, West Coast, that you are just like the most giving person in the world, and that you really take care of not just your family, but all your friends and people that you are really close with.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I heard. Hey,
was that a question?
It wasn't a question. I'm just saying I did. It was a statement. It was a statement that I heard.
Look, whoever's closest to me is about to get 100 G's. But look, hey,
but you gave her a career, and
but it's the, you know, at the end of the day, it's like it's the greatest thing. You want to be able. I want to help as many people as I can in a direct and impactful way. You know what I mean? Like as opposed to like being, you know, like doing charity work, if you will. Like, I just like impacting lives, and then the lives that are closest to me. I just don't want you to ever have to worry about money, because like,
is money the answer? Is money the answer?
But it's not the money's never the answer. But at the end of the day, if money kills your mind share and does not allow you to reflect and evolve and grow because you're constantly thinking or stressing about it, it's going to deteriorate your health, the quality of your life, and ultimately your existence. And so the people closest to me, if I can alleviate that stress so they can put energy into like basically personal fulfillment and relationship fulfillment and the things that they can go out and spend that mind share that would have been stressing over money in something productive towards making them happy, I'd rather that happen. Doesn't necessarily mean they're not going to do that and not continue to fight other issues within themselves. But if I can alleviate that one, which is fundamental to living, to those closest to me, that's why I stay committed to that.
When I Google Rob Dyrdek's net worth, it says 400 million. Are you that happy?
Look, let me tell you something about net worth and money, right? Like if you, it's still the balance sheet of your existence, right? So if you spend $100,000 a year and you have 20 million in the bank, you're going to be happy as a fiddle. You know what I mean? If you have 10 million in the bank and you spend $1 million a year, you're going to be stressing, right? And then for me, it goes even further to then the type of assets that your money lives in and your worth is based in. And because it really boils down to how much you spend, how much the way that you live is connected to your identity, and then how much you have supports that, right? It's like whenever that becomes, you don't ever want to be trapped by needing to do more. You want to do more in an effort to add to your legacy, your purpose, your passions, versus like needing to be able to maintain your lifestyle. So anybody, if they find success and don't keep those balanced, they're going to get into trouble, because then you're doing stuff you don't want to do for money versus like your money working for the lifestyle that you've created.
Wow.
So what's your view for your kids in teaching them about money? So you never want them to have to worry about money, and so you're going to support them, provide for them, but isn't it important that they learn then how to like manage their money and still understand finances and business?
I'm teaching. I mean, I already teach. We talk about everything. He like as it relates to building a company. He's 5 years old. He's like, I got a perfect idea for a company. He's like, it's a pizza with honey. And I'm like, son, that is genius. That's how you have to think, son. And I'm like, it's a big market share, but it's a unique sort of a look at the space. You could do your own thing. What would you call it? He's like, Delish Honey. And I'm like, man, that's actually a good name. And I went and bought delishhoney.com. It was available. And like, I'm like, man, like, and so to me, I will teach every single aspect of money because it's like you still have to make a ton of decisions with money. Like, you know, for me, I like cash flowing real estate. Right? I don't like owning public equities. I like investing in companies that I've started, I own, I totally understand. I like keeping a ton of cash. I keep 5 years of cash of my lifestyle expenses. And then I have almost all of my money in a non-correlated cash flowing real estate. Right? Because of all the tax benefits and everything to boot. But my lifestyle is never compromised in that system, but that was a system I created, right? And so I want them, whatever they do growing up, you have to look at your life through the lens of whatever you earn is post-tax, right? And then your expenses, and then what are your goals? You got to set a goal with money. If you don't have a goal with money and what you're hoping to achieve with it, that is sort of your own personal financial freedom, then you just kind of spend your life making a little bit more, saving some money here without having a definitive pathway and end game. I think is just what most people don't ever take the time to design.
They don't. And I always say to people, like, they'll go, you know, people don't know what they can afford. You know, I want to buy a house. What do you think I can afford? And I'm always saying it's like fourth grade math. Yeah. You know, it really is. And people think there's more to it than there actually is. And there isn't. Yeah. And I don't think our school system or our education system, it doesn't teach what is important, what a mortgage is, what lending. As soon as you learn what a percentage is, you know, they don't equate that to what we're going to use it in life for. Yeah. You know, even math and calculus, I don't know how I use that, whereas I can.
But almost nothing in school teaches you and prepares you for how to live a fulfilling, high quality life. You know, because at the end of the day, you have to learn, you know, sort of understanding yourself and the self-awareness to be able to even design the life that you want to eventually lead. Because it's like anything else. Like, if you don't design what happiness is for you, and create a pathway to get there, then you're just going to try all these little things, hoping one of them is the answer, when the answer is actually within you to design and then create the path to go and do it. And none of that thinking, and especially as it relates to financial sort of like education and what your career is for and how all these things will lead to giving you a balanced, happier life. I just think nothing in school teaches any of that stuff.
Robbie, you got to open up your own church of productivity in life. No, you're an amazing, aspirational, inspirational, good human being who I accidentally got to know. I've been a fan of yours for years, a fan of your television show for years. And now, you know, I think you're an amazing human being. And I can't thank you enough for being here and letting us talk to you and kind of inspire. I would imagine that listeners are going to listen to this over and over and over again. This is an episode that you need to listen to, and you need to listen to again, and you need to learn from. And that's what I'm very proud that you were on here and you kind of expounded on our a podcast, because I'm going to tell people, and every day people go, I've got investments or I want to do things. I'll go listen to the Rob Dyrdek episode.
Dyrdek.
Yeah.
Dyrdek.
We can show that picture again. But you're amazing.